Thank you all for joining our press call today. Nebraska is the beef state. In May, we celebrate National Beef Month. Agriculture is the heart and soul of our state, and beef is its cornerstone. Nebraska's ranchers feed the world. This month, we honor the hardworking cattlemen and women all over agriculture to promote this great industry. Overall, agriculture accounts for $31.6 billion of cash receipts in Nebraska's economy. Our livestock bring in $18 billion in cash receipts. That's 7.2% of the U.S. total. Nebraska beef production is key to our state's success. Last year, we led the nation with over $2 billion in beef exports. Nebraska also led the nation in commercial cattle slaughter with 6.8 million head. We have the top 3 beef-producing counties in the nation in Cherry, Custer, and Holt counties. Now, much of the land used for livestock production couldn't be used for anything else. Agricultural land is divided into 2 categories, arable land and marginal land. Arable land, which represents about 1/3 of agricultural land, can be plowed. That means it's suitable for growing food. Marginal land, representing about 2/3 of agricultural land, is not suited for growing food. Marginal land receives little or no water, has lower quality soils, and is rocky. Cattle production keeps marginal lands thriving. Beef production is critical to our state's economy and our nation. Food security is national security. When I was governor, I led trade missions to Japan and Vietnam to promote Nebraska beef. On those trips, I traveled with Nebraska cattle producers and discussed the challenges they faced. At that time, cow-calf operators shared concerns about market prices. I told them the answer was premium diversified trade markets. Under Joe Biden, the U.S. had an agricultural trade deficit of $32 billion last year. But with President Trump's recent trade negotiations, our way of life looks to be growing stronger. The May 8th trade deal announcement with the UK creates $5 billion for new exports of U.S. products. That includes more than $700 million in ethanol exports and $250 million in other agricultural products like beef. The UK also increased their tariff-free quotas on beef from 1,000 metric tons to 13,000 metric tons. Meanwhile, the EU only imported 13,438 metric tons of beef in 2022, despite a total population of over 6 times as large as the UK. I would like to see the final deal with the UK more favorable for Nebraska ranchers with an end to the ban on hormone-treated beef. But alongside the other negotiations, the President's trade strategy is already delivering wins for Nebraska beef. I'm fighting to ensure that our ranchers have what they need to be successful. I support expanded funding in the Farm Bill to double trade promotion. And I recently led a bicameral letter to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Health and Human Services, and the Environmental Protection Agency, pushing back on radical environmentalist anti-ag agenda. We warned against their agenda advancing harmful health, economic, or food security policies under the guise of human health. We should be encouraging more beef consumption, not less. In addition to being tasty, beef is one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. One 6-ounce cooked serving of beef provides 25 grams of protein. Beef contains 10 essential nutrients, including iron, zinc, and vitamin B. It takes more calories of plant protein to equate similar levels of protein from beef. And research has linked beef protein to a host of positive health outcomes, such as weight loss, muscle retention, and diet satisfaction. Nebraska ranchers and farmers are the original conservationists. They understand the science and they know what's good for the land, animals, and consumers. They want to preserve the land and animals for the next generation. But Nebraska beef is not just healthy, it's our culture and way of life. This month and every month, we celebrate the state's beef industry. Happy National Beef Month, Nebraska.